Today on the American Truck Podcast, there will be a Pokemon Sun and Moon demo available later this month. Amazon Prime now includes Twitch Prime. Grand Theft Auto 5's biker update is out now. And Yooka-Laylee is getting a boxed release. Hello and welcome to the American Truck Podcast with Andrew C.
And Jefferson B.
And Freelance Gamer.
Yep, the good doctor's got to work again, so he's sleeping.
We're just alternating shifts, that's what's happening.
Basically, that's what's working.
That is what's happening so far.
We're operating off of our West Coast branch of the Ghost Incorporated company. Ghost Incorporated company?
Crap.
Oh no!
Did you already crash?
Oh, no,
we missed the
first
turn.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe we just did that.
I just barely missed that guardrail. I didn't even know that was there.
You see what was happening is we were so blinded by the sun because what it
really
reminded
were.
us of
so bright here
was on October 18th, Pokemon Sun and Moon trials are going to come out, and basically the entirety of the internet is going to shut down for a little bit so that everybody can go ahead and get their fixin' of great new Pokemons.
This is true.
Is this like their first? Is this the first time we've ever seen a demo?
I think so. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm pretty sure it is.
Because I don't have. I mean, other Pokemon games for sure, but never a main series franchise title.
Yeah, I don't recall them doing a demo like this about a month before the.
And I'm interested just
release.
because we have so many new mechanics and things that are coming in. We have Alolan forms. We have all kinds of new special Z moves that are coming into the play. There's a lot of really interesting new mechanics that are going to come into the mix, and I hope that this demo basically just explores all of those great ideas and shares with us what it actually is going on before we go ahead and purchase the final game. But yeah, we'll see.
Agreed.
I'm definitely going to keep my 2DS charged on October 18th.
Yep. Same. Also, if you haven't picked up your mystical level 100 for this month, you should go and do that. It's through the mystery gift system.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yep. We're gonna be doing all the way through the end of the year, so don't want to
Sweet.
miss out. Speaking of missing out, I hope you enjoyed your Twitch Turbo experience if you had one, cause rip that. Sort of.
Well, back up now.
Sort of.
Twitch,
It's
Twitch officially said they're not getting rid of Turbo.
This is correct. This is in addition to Turbo, or if you already have Turbo but you don't have Amazon Prime, you would keep Turbo instead. Basically, what Twitch has done here at TwitchCon, they released Twitch Prime, which it functionally replaces Turbo. It's not going to be available, like Twitch Turbo isn't going to be available as a product anymore in areas that have Amazon Prime. It's still going to be available in those places that don't have Amazon Prime, but people who have a Prime membership, there isn't much of a reason to keep Turbo, and they kind of said, you know, you can't, you're welcome to keep it, but maybe it doesn't make as much sense. And it does come with a bunch of things. You get probably the biggest thing is the one free channel subscription per month, which is actually pretty nifty. So it lets you support your favorite Twitch streamer without even actually costing yourself anything. So that's a cool way to support the different communities. You also get,
say you pick one streamer and you support them for only a month, and then the next month you have to either pick that same streamer or pick a new one.
I'm not quite sure how it works yet. I haven't gotten to try it out yet. I actually planned on doing it today when the person I normally watch on Twitch comes back on. But I'll see, and maybe I'll give an update next week, or I probably can't really update until next month. But
right,
I haven't seen any real clarification on whether you had to keep doing it or if it was recurring until you changed it, like a regular Twitch subscription is.
Right, so you'd have like 12 subscriptions in a year that you could get.
Right.
And the next year is 24, 36, and so on.
Exactly, and I'm hoping that it is able to be set to reoccur for that person, so you don't have to log in every month, because that's kind of annoying. Especially if you plan on only supporting the same person every month. You know?
Right.
You might,
or if you just wanted to support multiple people in a given calendar year.
Right, then you would want to be going in and changing it, but for people who are just set it and forget it type subscribers, I don't want to have to log in every month. So hopefully that is a setup thing. But it does give a couple other things. It gives the ad-free viewing that Turbo provided. And it gives some new things like you get game loot every month. This month's is the newest Hearthstone heroes available through it, and an indie game called Streamline.
Another thing you get with it is you also get a Smite hero skin, I believe.
And a Paladin's one if you went to TwitchCon.
See, I thought it was set so that you would get it just later.
It's possible. What I saw was that it was for going to TwitchCon.
There is a code listed that you can get through Smite. I don't think you get the Paladin's one, however.
Gotcha. Sorry, I just ran into a poll, so I have to go back.
Yeah.
So
Exclusive Twitch boss Ymir skin.
Oh,
that's cool.
Well, yeah, it'd be good if it's available to everyone and not just maybe. It could have been just that at launch it was only for the TwitchCon people. But I did remember seeing that they said it was only TwitchCon, so that could be a limited duration.
Still a very neat system. It definitely, I think, gives Amazon Prime people another reason to keep their Amazon Prime subscription. And
right,
another
as
reason for
if the
Twitch
Grand
people
Tour
to...
was not enough.
Right. Oh yeah, totally. As if you know you needed any other reasons in life, but you know.
Yep, and this is not the only thing that was announced at TwitchCon. There's tons of Twitch-based things. One of them is that they plan on increasing the number of transcoder capacities, which basically, you know, if you're a Twitch partner, they'll actually transcode your video streams to different resolutions and quality levels, so that way, you know, your people who have less bountiful internets can still watch your stream at a lower quality. And
that's also to say that people with other devices, other systems,
Yep.
people who have mobile devices, for example, because those get finicky after a while, can now watch your content even on the go. Which is
right,
nice.
exactly. And that's something that can be kind of difficult for the smaller streamer who doesn't have the partnership yet.
Right.
And
or the rig to do their own transcoding on the fly.
Right. And so they're going to actually plan to increase the capacity for transcodes by 10 times over the next few months. So the bigger streamers who aren't partnered yet should already be starting to see this, and then they'll start trickling it down into the smaller streamers from there, which is good because it's always been a whatever's left over would be shared with the non-partnered people.
Right.
But when there's only so much to go around, obviously a lot of people don't end up with transcoding.
This really is just a major hardware upgrade for Twitch, and I think part of that is just that Amazon AWS backbone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Just helping to drive this whole thing. Amazon being they are one of the biggest IT companies in the biz right now.
Yeah, basically they are. So you have that. Another thing here is Twitch uploads, which I find quite interesting because last year we had, with YouTube Gaming's release, YouTube's real deep getting into the live streaming section, and now you have Twitch kind of doing the opposite. They are moving kind of into the unknown space of video on demand availability, and you'll be able to actually upload videos directly to Twitch that'll play on the player and be able to be posted in different places on the platform.
Now, if I remember correctly, part of this is also the auto hosting feature, so you could throw up a huge cache of content and then just have that basically host your channel in your stay, so that no matter what hour, something is available for someone to watch.
Right. Yeah, and auto hosting is another thing that's that came out a little bit before TwitchCon, not too far before. It was a couple days, but yeah. And auto hosting has a ton of new abilities that you can do with that. And so yeah, it'd be interesting to see what really happens here. You know, they said it's a beta, and that they want a lot of community feedback, because
I'm certainly into this just because this is Twitch making Twitch better. This is not Twitch just resting on their laurels.
Right, making it better, and then asking the community, hey, is this really working for you? You know, something that YouTube doesn't really do. It's kind of,
this is true.
This is what we gave you. I hope you like it.
Well, primarily the problem is that YouTube's so large that Twitch is a much smaller audience, a much smaller grouping of channels. So it makes it much easier to actually get a general consensus for what people think.
I agree.
It's also a targeted market too. So like if you're on Twitch outside of Bob Ross, you're streaming a game.
Bob Ross.
Or you're streaming like code. So like it makes it a lot easier to do it, whereas YouTube, the content's so varied that like it can be very difficult to get those kinds of things up in the air when they need to focus on such a broad group.
Right. I agree. I think it's one of the benefits of the platform, truly.
Indeed. And just a minor update here to the GTA Online Bikers update that we talked about before. It is officially out now, and we did get some confirmation that you do have to actually buy the clubhouses. We weren't entirely sure if you just kind of got one or if you had to go and purchase it. And so it's just like every other apartment for that you need for heists and whatnot. It's the same kind of problem. And it comes with fancy things. It's got a bar inside, darts,
pool
stuff.
table.
No, it's got darts and a arm wrestling station.
Oh.
No pool table.
Don't forget that custom bike shop.
And the potential for a custom bike shop. Yep. So it's pretty nice. I don't know how much I'll play it, unfortunately, but
I can definitely see people who are fans of GTA 5 wanting this update. Like this is actual, like this is stuff to do. This isn't just like more of the same or like a new map or anything like that.
Kinda. I don't know. We'll see.
It's adding
the last time they did this, it didn't feel like much more.
Gotcha.
Because the last time they did this, it was with the mission set for vehicles in game, and it was a similar kind of feel. And I don't think it really. I don't know. If you're already there, it's gonna be fun. You'll be happy. If you're not there, I don't think you're going back.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And in somewhat kind of interesting news, they announced that Yooka-Laylee was gonna get a box release.
Ooh.
So it's gonna go and be on shelves in stores.
Is that gonna come with like a nice manual and like a cartridge? Like how in depth are we keeping this illusion alive?
It's a very good question.
It'll be interesting to see. I have a feeling they're just gonna be like, here's a Steam code, have a good day.
Yeah.
I really hope.
Nice
I hope not
fancy
though, because
box.
you could do so much with. Because I've seen like there's this huge, not huge, but there's a small resurgence of the retro boxed game, where it's like it's a cardboard box. It comes in shrink wrap. Like you open it, there's like a full color manual, maybe a poster if you're lucky. Like you can get a thumb drive that is situated such that it has the form factor of a card, like a business card kind of thing. Typically they're found in trade shows, but they're being repurposed to host a auto-launching executable of the game, ready to go. Just it adds to that aesthetic. It's part of the appeal, especially for a game that has such throwbacks to its to its old school ties. As I completely blow past my exit.
Oh, I've been on the 93 for a while.
Ever since I had to F7 enter.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'll make it.
That's a good question. And so they did say that they are aiming for Q1 of 2017, which I don't know if they were aiming for before or what, but that's what they said in the most recent release. So we'll see.
Yep. They are now. Whatever's going on.
Yep, pretty much. So this week we started off the pre-show with us very upset about different things. And so we thought we would incorporate a good old rant section into our podcast this week. And I'm going to start with my rant. Have you ever used the EVGA Precision X software and the misfortune that is? Because I am very upset at it.
Yeah, so for me, I only downloaded this because my EVGA card was overheating and causing my computer to crash. And then Andrew C here recommended that I use it, and I went, okay, that's fine. And I'm actually having less issues than him, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, so basically it updated a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks, I don't remember. And the whole thing with it before was like you'd go in, you'd set your fan curves because EVGA cards for some reason feel the need to be silent and thus don't run fans until 60 degrees, which causes the card to overheat and crap the games out, which is stupid. And so I go to launch the game so I can see what my fan curves were set out so I could share it with Freelance here. and I discover that it wants me to put in my name, email address, and serial number in order to access the program that I used to never need any of that details before. I don't even know what my serial number is because it's on a sticker on the card and I don't have the box anymore. And so I just ended up taking another friend's card that I happened to have the serial number because it was on an invoice and just shoved that in so I could open the app. But if I didn't have that, I would have to shut my computer off, take the card out, look at the sticker, either write it down or take a picture of it, put the card back in, start my computer again, just so I could launch the app. And that was not happening. So I then find out that it reset all the fan curves because for some reason, when they updated to this new layout, they had to move fan curves to somewhere else. And then they're just like, we're just going to turn that off. I can't imagine you needed fan curves. Why would you need fan curves? Don't you want your card to be silent all the time?
And slowly lighting on fire.
Yeah, right, exactly. I was not a fan. Am still not a fan. I don't even know why I need to use the overclocking app just so I can have my fans on all the time. Why isn't there just a setting for that?
Point of order, Andy. Was the pun intended there?
No, not at all.
Just questioning.
This is straight annoyance. This is straight like angered annoyance. There is no pun.
There's no. I don't even know what I said to have there be a pun.
You're not a fan.
Yes. Very good. Very good. So, if you have a similar displeasure for this software, please comment down below with your rants and or counter rants. Or if you know a program that can control the EVGA fans, I want to know because I hate this software.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my rant next. So my rant, I guess we'd say, is more of a warning to those of you who may watch our content. Not for our content, but because we don't really do this, but for other content, especially on the Twitch platform. One of the things that I see that I freaking hate, and it's one of the #1 reasons I will unfollow someone on Twitch, is if I constantly hear them, if I constantly see them on their screen when they're sharing their game and whatnot, promoting people that do donations. And the reason I do, and this is just a personal thing, and I really dislike this, is to me that's trying to, it is trying to entice people to do more of that, which I can understand from the standpoint of you need to make more money to survive to continue doing what you're doing. But donations, in my opinion, should be something that is solely there for that extra that people want to give. Subscriptions, similar to like any other service, like if you are sponsored to do radio broadcasts, you have to play a certain amount of sponsored content. I can understand saying, oh, thank you for subscribing, please, blah, 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 just going through it. But a lot of people will go to an extreme extent where it'll be like, oh, somebody, every time you donate, I'll say something, or I'll answer a question, or this, that, and the other. And to me, that's really, we came up with this term, I think it's great, content prostitution, where you're just trying, it's not that your content's good, it's that you're trying to get people to do these donations so that you can do something that doesn't improve your content, and more than anything else, actually takes away from it, in my opinion. So, to those of you who are very impressionable and really free with your money, I recommend not doing that. If you like someone, just subscribe to them. Maybe do a donation if you really want to, but really, subscriptions on that and like Patreon services are the best way to give someone money. Donations, it's just people trying to get a little bit of money out of everyone's pocket. I hate that shit.
All right. I guess this means I will go last because I am the third.
Because no one else here.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that. Okay, so my rant is going to be the overwhelming sense of, I would almost want to call it, it's a strong sense of negativity that I'm feeling from most of the gaming community, and this sense of entitlement that I'm feeling. I hearken back to, and this is beyond titles such as No Man's Sky, but we've seen time and time again the hype machine has overwhelmed and built these games up to be these huge entities that then have this eventual fall from grace. And really, I don't think I've ever yet seen a game where there has just been interesting intrigue into it. I was at a Walmart the other day, and because I live in the South, people just randomly walk up and start talking to you. Very weird for someone of my my personal upbringing, but I learned to live with it anyway. He and I were discussing, and he happened to be a tech person himself. And when I had mentioned that I was also partially a gamer, he had mentioned how he was playing certain titles and things like that. And I said, yeah, you know, I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky. And just the look on his face was, how do I say this, almost painful. And not because he had played the game, but because of all of the negative press he had. It was almost as if he was disappointed personally by the game. And my proposal to that is, instead of having this overwhelming sense of negativity, but we approach games with intrigue, with interest, a desire for the industry to be better. Because at this point, what we're doing is we're basically going to eat ourselves. We're going to auto-cannibalize the community to death, and that is going to be the end of the gaming community if we do not band together and finally support the games that are doing well, keeping respect to the companies that want to keep their stuff secret and want to hold on to their announcements and things like that until we have these, you know, these big trade shows. And I love trade shows. I think E3 is one of the most fun times to be on the internet and to be watching a live stream. But let's also bear in mind that a lot of these alpha and beta products are just that and need to be brought into consideration with that same level of understanding.
I would add, and part of that I would just add to that is that overhype generally isn't the company. Overhype comes from us.
Sometimes.
I would agree. I would agree.
There are some occasions where it is the company, but on especially like more recent products, it's definitely been the community creating the hype. And then that hype has caused these kind of things, and that's something where keep a watchful eye on what you're looking at and what you're gonna see. Like, you know, don't like hinder your expectations, but avoid the hype train. It'll run you over.
Right. And I feel like at this point, maybe this is beyond the perspective of the maybe this is beyond our scope a little bit here, but maybe as a counter to our rant, so we don't come off as just being these hyper negative people, maybe we should go do like a positive rant. Like, I don't know what the opposite of a rant is, but like a good rant.
That would be a Tanar.
Sure, I will do a Tanar because I want to start because, dear goodness, I found myself in Manhattan just the other day, coming back from World Maker Fair. I was invited to go teach a workshop up there, just some really excited young kids who wanted to build these foam gliders, and it was a great time. But I found myself in Manhattan trying to catch my train, and I wanna hype a clothing brand of Japanese streetwear. It's called Uniqlo, Uniqlo. There might be a U in there. But I am wearing one of their Airism undershirts right now because I like wearing undershirts. I think that they help block sweat. I feel better when I'm in them. It keeps everything together, if you understand what I'm saying. And dear goodness, if this is not some of the most comfortable wear that I have ever worn. I also picked up one of their hoodies because my office has this tendency to turn into an icebox about midway through the day. And wow, I have never had a more comfortable working experience. So yeah, Uniqlo is the clothing brand. It's Japanese urban streetwear, very functional and also incredibly affordable. I was shocked at how low I could pay in Manhattan for 2 undershirts and a really nice zipped hoodie.
So I just realized what the opposite of a rant is.
What's that?
A plug.
I'm gonna plug that. I don't care. That's cool. I'm dropping that like a pot. That's what I've been doing this week.
See, I was more confused about the fact that are there hoodless hoodies if you need to just say that your hoodie had a hood?
Well, I mean, you can have. I was thinking more like there are hoodless zip-up jackets.
Oh, so that's not a hoodie, though.
I guess this is true.
I think it needs to have a hood for it to be a hoodie.
But
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Maybe there are hoodless hoodies.
Semantics.
I don't know. I'm just curious.
Anyway, next plug.
So now that we know that plugs are the opposite of rants, and I guess that we want to be a little more positive, I guess my plug would be for DDU Display Driver Uninstaller. I used it to install my new graphics card, which seems to have shitty software, but that's a different point. But no, I would really recommend it. If you're installing a new graphics card on your computer, run DDU Display Driver Uninstaller, and then it'll boot you into safe mode. In safe mode, you can select a couple different options. One of them is actually uninstall, driver, and reboot, and it actually tells you what each one's for. So like one for installing a new graphics card, one for installing parallel graphics cards, so on and so forth. So I would recommend definitely using that software if you're upgrading your GPU.
Parallel graphics. It's like graphics card inception right there.
What?
But with that, I do believe it is the end of our show today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have a rant or a plug, you may go and bountifully put those down below. And we will definitely see about talking about them in the future. Especially if you got a really nice plug.
Make it rain.
I mean, potentially.
Or make it pour, depending how you feel.
Or make it drizzle if you're so inclined.
And if your rant is particularly ranty, we might even agree with your rant and talk about it again next week.
Would that
Or
make
disagree.
it snow?
Would that be snow? I'm not sure if that's snow. I really don't know.
I don't know.
know.
I don't
On that bombshell, it's time to end. We will see you in the next one.